Yes, hello, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and you are watching Show Us Your Cat, Vasiliki Bay. Hello, yes, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and of course, that's right, you are watching Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Show Us Your Cat is where we take a look around the world at your boats and where it is that you sail them, and today's episode is no exception. We're going to be doing just that. We're going to be hitting almost the four corners of the world. Oh my goodness. If you'd like to be featured in an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat, then that is a great idea. You should do that. All you have to do is check out the details in the description below to find out everything you need to do to be featured. Lovely old job. But for now, let's jump in and take a look at what we're looking at in this week's Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. So we're starting off, as we often have, in the USA. We're going to Minnesota, to Loon Lake, where we have Matthew. And Matthew is spurring a new feature called How Cold Can You Sail? Here's Matthew out in 0 degrees centigrade. That is freezing. You can actually see snow on his boat. Matthew only went out on this occasion to get his boat back to the slipway so he could pull it out of the water. But oh my goodness, that looks cold. Well done, Matthew, for going out there and taking a cold one for the team. Next, we're significantly heating it up. We're heading to Australia, Melbourne to Mornington Peninsula, where once again we have Kai. We had Kai last week as well with his C2, and this week we're featuring Kai's newest addition to his fleet and the flagship. What we're looking at here is a Naughty-Tech 53. Oh yeah, this is the first of this type that we've featured on Show Us Your Cat. This is what would be called a cruising catamaran. She's 54 foot long and about 90 feet tall. Kai's parents were looking for new boats a few years ago, and after a lot of searching, they found this amazing yacht. It's a semi-custom built boat, meaning this customization process has taken quite a long time, and there's been hundreds of emails back and forth between the factory, the broker, and Kai's parents. They finally had the boat launched from La Rochelle in France, where it was then sailed to Gibraltar, and then Kai and his family picked the boat up. So last year they took 2 months, and Kai got that 2 months off school. Very nice too. Picked it up, sailed it through the Balearic Islands, Sardinia, Corsica. After that, they had the boat shipped back to Australia. So rather than sailing it all the way, came on a ship and spent Christmas on the boat. Then on their way back to Melbourne from Newcastle, where the ship came in, they hit a top speed, get this, of 21 knots. Now that is absolutely cooking for this type of boat. Some specifications on the Naughty-Tech 53 there. The width is 8.55 meters. That's almost 3 tornadoes wide. She's 1.5 meters deep. That's pretty shallow. That's a good feature for getting you into most harbors and marinas. And it's got twin Volvo Penta 75 horsepower diesel engines. That is what you need. And finally, in the feature of how do you get yours there? Well, in Kai's experience, it's generally holding up traffic on a trailer that is twice as wide as the road. So thanks you very much, Kai, therefore sending us those great pictures of the flagship of your fleet. What an amazing looking boat, and it's a pleasure to feature such a boat on Show Us Your Cat. Thank you very much. And for something completely different, we're heading to the UK to Essex on the east coast to Marconi Sailing Club, where we have Lee. Lee has got a Sprint 15. The Sprint 15 used to be called a Dart 15, and before that it was called a Spark, but now it's the Sprint 15. It's a 15-foot catamaran, the smaller version of the Dart 18. It's designed to be sailed by 1 or 2 people, either with just the mainsail or with the mainsail and the jib. And it has 2 classes that it can be sailed in, so it actually has a separate national championships for the sport version, which is that with the jib, and then the sprint version, which is just the mainsail. It consistently has the largest entry at any single-handed class in the UK. The boat can be trailered or transported on the roof of the car, can easily be rebuilt in under an hour with no tools. Now, Lee started sailing only in 2016 with the laser. He did that by using Marconi Sailing Club's adult sail training program, which has obviously been very effective. Since then, just before lockdown this year, Lee got hold of this 15, which I think from the start looked absolutely mint. So that was a great find there. Marconi Sailing Club does have one of the biggest Sprint 15 fleets in the UK. So what's nice with a fleet like this is all of the more experienced members of the fleet are always very happy passing on their knowledge to the new members of the fleet to make the fleet more competitive, especially when they leave the club and go to various events around the country. So Lee's picked up a lot of tips and tricks, and he's gained a lot of confidence and experience through the year since they were allowed back out on the water. There has been some club sailing going on, which has been very nice. Now, Lee has gained enough confidence that just recently he's been to the national championships in the UK at Grafham Water, where there were 49 entries. Lee's intention was just not to come last, and he's absolutely smashed that intention by finishing 45th at his first ever national championships. So very well done, Lee, for that result. Lee's 15 is called Doris, and it's actually named after his actual cat at home, and here's the actual cat, Doris. What a beauty. Thanks very much for sending in those pictures of your great looking 15. And finally this week we're heading back to the USA to an undisclosed location in North Carolina, where we have Hunter. Hunter has got a Hobie 21 sport cruiser, and this is Hunter's first boat, and as you can see, it's an absolute stunner. I just absolutely love these octopus with the trident graphics. Very nice. The 21 sport cruiser is a bit less powerful and heavier than the 21 formula that we've looked at before. This is actually Hobie's first family boat that they launched, intended for casual sailing. The boat has a front trampoline, good for relaxing between the bows. It's got wings and a mount for an outboard motor, which is very handy. It's got a built-in cooler, handy for the drinks, and this large storage compartment that fits onto the front beam. The 21 was more recently replaced by the Getaway, but it very much does the same job, and the Getaway is a lot smaller than the 21. But what an absolutely lovely looking 21 there, Hunter. Thanks very much for sending us those pictures of your great boat. So I think you'll agree what a fantastic variety of boats featured in today's Show Us Your Cat. Just to recap for you there, in case you've forgotten already, we had the Hobie 16 in the snow, we had the 53-foot Naughty-Tech cruising cat, we then had the Sprint 15, and we then finished with the 21 sport cruiser. That is a great range of boats. So as you can see, it doesn't matter what type of catamaran you sail, I will feature it on Show Us Your Cat. If it's a catamaran, or if it's slipping through with 3 hulls, then you qualify for Show Us Your Cat. Yeah, all you need to do is send me videos or photographs of your boat, a description of what you like to do with your boat, who you like to go sailing with, of course, where it is that you go sailing. That is very important, because as well as the boats being featured, it's nice to make a bit of a feature of the location where it is where you're going sailing, and it might lead to other people coming and sailing in the same location as you if they think, hold on, that's nice, I'd like to go there. But everybody is welcome. Just get it on the email and then you'll be featured in an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat. If you've been enjoying Joyrider TV and you're wondering, okay, so there's fewer videos now, but I'd still like to support the channel, then you can support the channel. And there's not actually fewer videos, they're all still there. It's just there's fewer videos being made. We're not on an everyday new video basis anymore. But if you'd like to support the channel, one way you can do that is by buying something from totaljoyrider.com. This is my website where I've got some t-shirts on there, some flags, some hats, or some beaters. The beaters I'm actually producing myself here in Vasiliki, and I've got a few of these ones left, most sizes. So if you want one, email me pretty soon, even if it is the winter. Quite nice for the mooch about or the game of beach volleyball in the snow. You can also support Joyrider TV by heading over to Patreon. Patreon is a website that's set up exactly for supporting people's YouTube channels. If you really like what I'm doing over here and you'd like to continue to see these videos, then by heading over to Patreon is one of the best ways of supporting the channel. Everything will be explained when you get over there. But thanks, and thanks very much to everybody who's already supporting the channel on Patreon. It means a great deal to me, and thank you very much. Or the other way of supporting the channel is just to keep hitting the like button every time you watch one of the videos. If you're not yet subscribed, then do subscribe. If you know people who might be interested in what I'm doing here, then do send them a link. Share a video or two. That's very nice as well, just to keep the interest going as the sailing is kind of slowing down a bit now in the Northern Hemisphere, but let's keep it going with the interest. So thanks very much for watching. I'll be back next week with more Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Until then, I hope you have a great time, take it easy and give it the beans.